Good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. We welcome you all to the pre-conference session of International Conference on Social Work, Sciences, Respecting Diversity, Inclusion, Social Action and Sustainable Development 2023, which is going to be held from Saturday, March 18th, 2023 till Monday, March 27th, 2023 for 10 days in both online and offline mode, preferably in the evening timings from 6 to 9. So these pre-conference sessions are conducted to provide assistance to the presenters, nominees, participants, and collaborators. If you have any queries regarding any of this application process, presentation process, or publication process, or award process, you can ask and get your queries clarified. If you have any suggestions, any observations, you can share with us during these sessions. These sessions is not a session which is, one-way session where we talk and you listen, but this is intended for you to open up and to speak and get your queries clarified. So to make best use of this opportunity, we provide you opportunity. So if there are no queries from your side, we will present the details of conference so that you can get insights about the conference and you can register for the participation. And if interested, you can also present as an organization, as a professional, you can collaborate. And if you are an expert or if you have contributed to the society on any social cause, along with your credentials, you can apply for the nomination for various awards. Or if you have won the meritorious certificate or award or meritorious rank in any of the courses pursued in any of the UGC recognized or AICT or any recognized institution in India by any autonomous councils or bodies, you can apply for the meritorious awards in respective categories starting from certificate to postdoctoral. So any course is eligible where if you have a merit certificate, if you have achieved first rank, second rank, or third rank in university or at a college level or a university level, so you can apply for the meritorious awards. So these are various provisions as part of the conference. So the very first process is the participation. So there is a dedicated registration form where we can register your details for the participation. And for speakers, presenters, panelists, resource persons, or if you want to chair a session, or if you want to be a keynote speaker, for all these things, there is a dedicated form where you can register yourself and your topic. and tentative date and time as per the schedule of the conference, so that it can be considered and scheduled accordingly upon fulfillment of all the requirements and eligibility. And coming to the collaborations and associations and co-signatories, any organization willing to collaborate, which is recognized, well reputed, having similar thoughts, ideology, and promoting conference and contributing to the cause, you can approach us. There is a standard format that is available on the website, through which, and a dedicated registration form through which you can apply for the collaboration. And finally, nomination for awards, as already mentioned. If you have contributed to the society in any of the various ways, through academic or through practice, you can apply for the various awards. And all these provisions, facilities, or features of this conference are completely free. And there is no sponsorship available in any manner, and no collaborator is allowed to raise funds for the conference, as we do not authorize any collaborators, any associates, or any of the stakeholders, because this entire series of conferences, workshops, seminars, symposiums, all are organized as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. And these are entirely free, with the concept leaving no one behind. So we thought that these financial requirements should not be a hurdle or hindrance for anyone to join these sessions. So to make it easily affordable, accessible, so we have chosen the widely popular platform and easy platform, which has been a pre-survey conducted, based on which we have collected data from our regular participants and also from others, where they have rated Zoom platform as one of the most easiest and most preferred platform. So we have chosen this platform, and we are hosting various events on this platform since a couple of years, and it is continuing. And there is no charge for anything, including the publication also. Whereas the selected publications, which are meeting the eligibility criteria, we are providing an option to be published in the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series at the end of the series, which is going to be concluded in August, preferably, or by end of this year. And this year, we are also commemorating India's presidency for G20, and G20 is being conducted in Jammu and Kashmir and across the nation. So India's G20 presidency talks are also being organized across India. So as part of that, we also organizing this international conference commemorating India's G20 presidency, and as well as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. So this is a wonderful opportunity, because this is one of its kinds of unique conference that is also commemorating World Social Work Day, which is being celebrated on Tuesday of March. It is every third Tuesday of March this year. It is being celebrated on March 21st. So the 10 days or the entire social work day or week or month, we are celebrating and to enable participation presentations from across the country and also from abroad, from other nations. And considering the request, so we have scheduled all the sessions in post-working hours to enable, participants and also presenters to actively take part in the conference without, getting reschedule of their daily routines and without affecting their academic or practice. So all the sessions initially though planned for full day, but now we have scheduled in the evening, that is post-working hours, so that once you are done with your office or working hours till 5, you can get a 1 hour break and you can join sharp by 6 o'clock. And we will continue sessions till 9. If there are any sessions which are, beyond or in the last minute, if any session is rescheduled due to unavoidable circumstances, that can be taken up on, at 9 o'clock or maximum by 10 o'clock, we'll be closing. So that would be rarely, because of there might be certain circumstances where beyond our control, where participants and presenters may be provided an opportunity. But as of now, it's 6 to 9 every day. So we kindly request everyone, all the stakeholders, presenters, participants, speakers, collaborators to kindly make note of these timings and schedules. Are the selected papers as of now has been already put on the website, and those who have completed the formalities, their schedule is being confirmed along with date and timings. And for those who have registered but not yet completed the formalities, they can visit the website and check the formalities and complete the formalities before the last date, so that we can schedule your presentation accordingly. So we have been very much considerate in facilitating the presentations, but for the certificate, it is mandatory to complete all the formalities as said in the registration forms. Without registration, you will not be receiving any certificate in spite of participation or presentation. Presentation or participation includes registration. Registration is official entry to the conference or any of the events. So registration is mandatory for all the events organized by Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Center or Sri Research Institutes and Center for Arts Sciences, and will be, and including all the collaborators. Registration is a very first step without which you will not be provided certificate. And also it is mandatory for the verification. All the certificates can be verified online. And if you don't complete the registration process, you cannot verify your certificates. So that is also one drawback. So we request everyone to complete the registration and complete all the formalities. Participate in the conference or provide your feedback after the conference or after each session or wherever there is a feedback form. Even if you are a presenter also, you need to fill the feedback as a presenter and as a participant, because we have been issuing for presenters both presentation and participation certificate. So you are under obligation, you have the responsibility, as you are also getting participation certificate, to fill up the feedback forms for the participation. So when you are receiving both, then you are also under the obligation and you are expected to participate in all the sessions. If you are not available for all the sessions, then you can opt for only presentation certificate. So that will be provided as per your eligibility when you provide your feedback form for presenters. So at the time of sessions, feedback form will be available. And after the conference, there will be a feedback form available on the website for both presenters and participants individually, separate form, wherein after the conference, you need to fill up the form and you need to provide feedback. So after completing all the formalities, you will be provided certificate. Certificate will be automatically generated based on the availability, based on checking the eligibility, and attendance, presentation as per the certificate you have applied. For presenters, you need to register, you need to attend, and you need to provide feedback so that you can download your certificate. So all the certificates are issued on a daily basis based on attendance, because this is a good, this conference is spread across multiple days. So earlier conferences also, we have seen that many could not become eligible for the certificate because of the reason they did not attend. Of course, you also can't expect, no, for which participation certificate is for participation. And without participating, you can also not, expect any participation certificate. So keeping that in consideration, so we have, based on the suggestions and based on the organizing committee recommendations, so we also thought that we should also provide on a daily basis, so that at least whichever days you are available participating, you can get that certificate, participation certificate for the day. So at least you can show that as an attendance in your organization if it is required. But anyway, now that problem is not there, as it is off working hours. So, this concern is also addressed with the schedule. So now it is not in working hours, so you can happily attend after your working hours. So there won't be any issue with attendance if you are working, or even if you are a student. So that issue will not rise, hopefully. So hope you all have gone through the presentation and all the details have been presented in the presentation. Now we will open the platform for queries. We will take up queries. From the participants. Participants can unmute themselves and ask queries if you need, one by one, regarding conference. Before asking any queries, we request everyone to visit the website. All the information has been provided on the website. You can ask any information which is not provided on the website to save both your as well as our time and resources. So now the platform is open for any clarifications. So if you have any clarifications, you can unmute yourself. You can briefly introduce your name, organization, and place, and you can ask your queries. You can unmute yourself. If you have any difficulty in unmuting yourself, you can raise your hand. You can unmute from our side. Okay, if there are no further queries, then we can close this session, I think. So this session is only for you, for the presenters, participants. If you have any queries, you can get it clarified. So 15th March is the last date for registration and for sending all your details. And those presentations who complete all the formalities, participation presentation, they will only be getting their certificates. Though they participate or present, but completion of formalities is mandatory. And in the feedback form, you will have the option whether you have registered or not all details, and feedback forms are also a one-time provision, and you are requested to fill that feedback forms correctly. And if you make any mistake in the feedback forms, we have seen many times in the many events, feedback forms are not filled properly, and they do some mistakes, and later on they contact us. So don't do such mistakes. Don't repeat such mistakes. We will not be able to help you, because again, it involves a lot of work. If you organize one conference, you will know what kind of work is involved. So it is a tedious work for us to recheck again and again. And even we have seen many times, repeatedly they are committing mistake, one or other mistake, while filling up the feedback. And you know how much time and resources we need for each time. Every time we need to verify details. Generally, no one will provide option once the event is closed, once the feedback form is closed, that's all. No one will issue certificate again. But we are very much considerate. We are giving you options. So you should use rather than abuse the system. And even if you repeatedly make, requests again and again, it shows your irresponsibility or negligence. Nothing else. Because as an organizers, when we are providing opportunity again and again, it's your responsibility to use it in a proper manner, proper way, so that you do not waste time and resources of anyone for that matter. Every second is very much important for each one of us. So these sessions are provided only to help you and to assist you in the process. So if there are any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll conclude this session now.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you for providing this platform and all in a very organized way. I have been going through your website. I registered myself as a participant for now, although I would also like to register myself as present in the presentation section. Is that option, can we do that, both of them, or do we have to complete one and then wait for the other?
Every registration is independent of each. So if you want to participate, you can register for the participation. If you want to present, you can register for the presentation. So every registration process is independent of other except participation. Participation, there is no other obligation. But for presentations, you need to fill the registration form for each presentation. If you have multiple presentations also, you can present based on the availability of slots we can provide you. For
Right.
each presentation, you have to register separately with the same registration form.
Okay.
And if you want participation certificate also, and if you are willing to participate on all the days, or because this is on a daily basis we are giving, on whichever day you are willing to participate, you can register. Even if one day also you are planning to participate, you can register for the participation. Only once for the entire conference, that is enough. You can participate as per your convenience.
Okay.
So if you attend all the days, you will be getting certificate for all the days.
Is it mandatory to attend all the days? What if one or 2 days are skipped by,
No, only those days which you are attending, you will be getting certificate.
Correct. Okay, got it.
Earlier it was mandatory because this is, earlier we had 10 days, 1 week conference and 20 days conference. So this year it is 10 days conference. So based on previous requests, and now also we have considered that, and sometimes it may not be possible for everyone to attend daily. So now we are issuing certificates on a daily basis. So whichever day you are attending, you will be getting participation certificate that day.
Right. Via email.
Via email, it will be issued. If you can't find that in your email, certificates will also be uploaded on Google Drive, and the link will be shared on the website. Well, now also you can see there is a section dedicated to e-certificates. There the link will be updated. You can download it from there also.
Okay, thank you. One last question. What is the next step after registration? I received an email, just a general email from Google saying that I filled out a form. That's all I received. I registered about half an hour back.
This is regarding
participation.
Participation, that's all. You need to check the schedule, which will be updated after last date of registration. That is on 15th. So 15th midnight till midnight, you can register. So on 16th, the schedule will be updated. You need to check the schedule, and you can also subscribe to Google Calendar, conference calendar, where the schedules will be updated. And according to the schedule, you need to log into Zoom platform and you need to participate. And for each session, there might be a feedback form. So you need to fill the feedback form for each presentation or for each session.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome. Anyone else? If you have queries, you can unmute yourself. Akash, do you have any query? Akash? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So if there are no other queries for presentations, especially, I would like to inform everyone that after filling up the registration form, you also need to send an email from your registered email ID along with the registration details. There is a format available in the registration form. All the details are available on the registration forms. That's why, an acknowledgement of whatever you have submitted in the registration form. You can also revisit. You can check it once you receive in your email also. If there are any corrections or any modifications, you can refill the registration form. And at the time of feedback form, because earlier also we have seen many times, people in a hurry, or sometimes they fill improper or invalid or incorrect information, and again they struggle for getting again corrected. So always, in the very first place, try to fill correct information. Otherwise, at any point of time, if you find that you have mistakenly filled up improper data or invalid data or incorrect data in the forms, you can again go back, visit the same link and register yourself at the overall feedback form, which will be shared after the conference. So you can fill up there the registration date, because if you have registered multiple times because of various similar issues like mentioned, so you can mention the registration date and time also, so that we will consider that particular form as the final registration data, and accordingly we will issue. So that is one aspect regarding participation. Participation schedules, presentation schedules are available on the website, will be made available after the last date of registration. So there you can visit, and accordingly you can attend the sessions. The link is same. You can save it, and every time you can join the sessions with the same. You just need to log in. And anyway, it is even timings are also fixed. So 6 to 9. Make sure every day you are available from 6 to 9. And you can log in at 6 o'clock every day, so that you can participate all the sessions. And for presentations, yeah, Akash, you have unmuted yourself. Do you have any query? Akash, you are disturbing the sessions. If you have query, you can ask. Otherwise, you can mute yourself.
No, sir.
Then you can mute yourself. Okay. So for presentations, after registration, you need to send your details along with your photograph, along with your abstract file. And if you have full paper, you can also submit your full paper and PPT, the presentation which you are planning to make it, along with your basic details. So that format is also available in the registration form and also on the website. So once we receive all these details, and we will confirm your schedule and timings on the website. So you can log in at least 30 minutes before your scheduled time, so that you can also check how others are also presenting and what would be, you can also get yourself comfortable. And at any time, if you get an opportunity, you can also check your audio visuals and connectivity and various other issues. So one more instruction for everyone. While you are presenting, your audio and video and PPT is mandatory. So make sure your video is working, your cam is working, and your audio is also functioning properly, and you have PPT which is working, and you check everything beforehand. If you have any problem, or at that time you are traveling, or if you are anticipating any technical issues on any of these days, so you can opt for pre-recorded presentations, where you can record it at your convenience. You can switch on your video, and you can record the entire session in Zoom, and you can share in a Zoom session. You can present yourself. And yeah, Akash, once again you are unmuted. We have to remove you if this is happening repeatedly. If you have any query after my instructions, you can unmute and ask, or you can raise your hand.
हाँ sir, हाँ. Yes sir.
Do you have any query?
No sir, query no is the paper appendix email.
Okay. So, you can register yourself and share all the details, and accordingly, we will schedule your timings, date and timings, and you can join. There is a tentative date and timings which we are asking, but that is only for ones who have, registered earlier. But now, we are almost nearing to the last date, so you might not get the tentative, your preferred timings, because already few sessions have been already allotted. So now, in the last minute, whichever slot is available, accordingly, we will schedule. So that was provided initially because this was long back notified. So at that time, because there was no schedule, initially it was purely on first come, first serve basis. So at that time, it was available. Now, we will try to accommodate in your preferred timings. But if it is not available, then you should be flexible enough. As you have delayed your registration, you have to accommodate yourself as per the schedule. And we will not give you opportunity once again, because now we have very limited time every day. We thought of full day, but now because of we are having limited time, so we will not be able to give you opportunity again, because every day we have scheduled sessions. So don't miss your session. If there is any such issues, technical issues you are anticipating, like any network issue or any power issues or system issues at your end, you can also re-register and record it, pre-record it. Like this Zoom meeting, you can start in your system, Zoom. You can start the session. You can switch on your video, camera, and also you can unmute yourself and you can start your PPT, and you can present as if you are presenting in the live conference. And before starting your presentation, enable recording in your system and start presenting. And after your presentation, you can stop recording and end the meeting. Automatically, a recording file will be generated, and it will also open the folder in which that recording is saved. So make sure you are uploading that to Google Drive with appropriately naming the folder as conference. You can use the acronym which we use for this conference, and you can upload your files there. And while sending your registration details, along with that, your photo, CV, and PPT, you can also include your recording file location, Google Drive location link in the details form. You can mention it as a Google Drive link. There is, in the prescribed format itself, there is an option. There you can paste this link and ensure that you are granting proper permissions while sharing. You have to give the sharing permissions, like there will be a list of options. From that, anyone with the link can view. There is an option. You have to select that, so that, or if it is also at times or in general practice, it might ask you the email address also. So you can use the conference email ID wswd2023@gmail.com, because the team will review or download or verify the details from there. So you can mention it in the email address column if it is asking. at times it happens that, the main system is busy and other team members or organizing team or volunteers or whoever is helping us in the organizing team, they might also access from other systems. So that's why it's always better, along with the email ID, you also specify that anyone with the link can view or download, whichever options is available. So you can select that so that, they will not have difficulty in downloading the files. So make sure you give proper sharing permissions also. And make sure you are sending your registration details before 15th March midnight. So from 16th, we'll start checking all the registration forms and we'll compile it, and accordingly we will schedule the sessions. So there are also spot registrations that will be taken up after 16th. So for that now, that's why we are not sending any schedule to individual email IDs. So to accommodate any spot registrations and also to avoid any inconvenience for the participants also, that's why we have fixed this time in between 6 and 9. You make sure you are logged in every day so that, whichever presentations are there will be accommodated in this time. So if there are any overheads that can be taken up from 9 p.m. onwards till 10 p.m. So in case of any such overheads, we will inform you one day in advance. So you be prepared just in case of any such overheads are there from 9 to 10. So you can just save your date and timing in your schedule 6 to 10. So we can wind up by 9 o'clock only. Just in case of any overheads, we can have sessions maximum by 10 o'clock. We can conclude. So timings also, the joining links have been already circulated. Joining link, so you need to, if you are a participant, then make sure you are available on your mobiles, laptops, or tablets, whichever device you are accessing. Make sure you are downloading the latest version of Zoom app that is being supported by your device operating system. Zoom is available on almost all the operating systems, whether you use Mac, that is iOS, or Windows, or Android, or Linux, any operating system, it is available. So you can download it and keep it updated. And also download YouTube app, because all the sessions are live streamed on YouTube as well, so that you can also provide feedback in just in case if you are unable to access on Zoom. So you can also temporarily, or at the same time, you can also watch it live on YouTube, and you can provide your feedback there also. So, but make sure you are attending all the sessions in Zoom only, because it is easy to track the attendance and monitor your feedback activity. But in case if you have trouble accessing Zoom for time being temporarily, you can also keep attending. That will help you in filling up the feedback form. Anyway, if you miss any of these individual forms also, don't worry, because in the final feedback, you will also get an opportunity to provide feedback on each individual session. So there, you can fill it up for each individual session, even if you have missed out in individual sessions on any particular day due to any technical reasons. So at least if you attend somewhere on YouTube or Zoom, you will be able to provide your feedback. Without attending the session, it would be difficult for us to share feedback. So that's why make sure you are installing YouTube app and Zoom app, or you can also watch through your browser, whichever is convenient for you. If you install YouTube app, then you will have the history of videos you have watched. So that will help you at a later date. You can go back and see whether you have attended sessions or not. And if you just want to go back and check, so it is always available. So it would be more convenient if you install both of these apps and keep it updated so that you can attend the conference sessions. So this is also clear towards presentations, and towards collaborations. There is also a specific form dedicated to collaborations, and a format for the collaboration is also provided. There is no sponsorship amount or collaboration amount, which generally, that runs in thousands and lakhs for international conferences, but there is no fees or registration amount for any of these, including collaboration. So you can apply for the collaboration as well on behalf of your organization. There is a format and details which need to be shared, like logo of the organization and also signature of the co-signatory or the representative of the organization. And regarding nominations, there are various categories of awards, from students' meritorious student awards to practitioners, academicians, organizations, NGOs. So accordingly, you can apply, and you need to share relevant files, records to your Google Drive, and also share those links. All the details have been provided in the conference website. So you can follow the website and follow the instructions on website, and accordingly, you can register for one or all of the registrations. Like you can also simultaneously register for presentation, participation, and also for awards. There is no limit on number of registrations. Participation only one time is required, as long as you do not, all the details are correct and you don't need any modification. You can register for participation. And for presentation, based on the number of presentations, you can register individually using the same form. And nominations for awards also, you can apply for all the categories or any category, whichever you are eligible. Then there is no limit, but for each category, you can only, or subcategory, you can only apply for one award. So in multiple categories, you can apply for award, but for award, you also need to present. So you need to register for the presentation as well. Presentation, you need to register yourself, and you also need to send all the details as required for the presentation. Then only after successful presentation only you will be considered for the awards. So it is mandatory, those who are applying for awards, make sure you are completing the formalities. And also you need to register for the participation also, because for awards, two things are mandatory. One is presentation, and the other registration is participation. So you need to register for the conference, for participation, for presentation, and also for the awards. So whatever you have done, you have contributed to the society, there will be a separate session or a time dedicated, maybe depending on number of entries which have been shortlisted. It may have a dedicated session or time every day in between 6 to 9, or maybe in between 6 to 10, wherein you have to be available on that particular time slot and you have to make your presentation. So you might wonder, you can also register for various presentations, and you might be wondering what I would be presenting for award. So you have already sent your nomination for award. That means you have already, it should not be like advertising or promoting yourself. So that is strictly, prohibited on this platform. If you misuse the platform, then you will be banned and your registration will be cancelled, and you will be not permitted for any of the events on this platform. We are conducting various events on this platform since many years, and if you do any such activities, you will never be permitted, and you will be permanently banned from all the activities, upcoming activities and future activities, programs, and you will not be even issued certificate. Even if you attend also, will not be issuing any certificate for such things. So don't misuse this platform. Don't cause any issues on the platform, and don't try to use this for publicity. This is a platform which is meant to share information to everyone. So utilize this platform, and when you are applying for awards, make sure that you do not exaggerate, and for each and everything we'll be cross-checking. Our panel will be verifying. So make sure whatever you are making claims are always with the evidences or records which are uploaded on the Google Drive. So you need to upload your photographs or videos or social media links or newspaper articles, whatever claims you are making, or even academic achievements, if you have presented papers, if you have won awards, everything there should be a link, proper link, which is accessible, which is valid, which can be verified. And all these files should be there on the Google Drive for at least next 3 months, or at least till you receive your certificate, so that these can be verified and can be until our team downloads them and secures them. You have to keep all the records in the Google Drive. Don't delete it before you receive certificate, and also immediately after receiving the certificate, let them be in the Google Drive for some time. So this is only for your convenience, because sometimes after receiving certificate also you might want to change anything, or if there is any issue concern regarding certificate, because anyway the registration will be final and no changes will be entertained. But just in case at any point of time, sometimes you suddenly leave the organization or something, you got a promotion in between and you want to change the designation, you can always, maybe last minute changes also do happen. So at that time, if any such changes are there, while conference is happening, so before last date of registration and before receiving your certificate, if there is any such changes, because we have organized so many events, and we also seen such instances which were happening. So in that case, you might also again you need to refill the registration form. At that time, we will be providing you another registration form. So at that time also, you need to share all these details and links. So don't immediately delete all those files. To keep it. Otherwise, what will happen again, you need to upload and you will miss out something. Or again, it will become a tedious process for you as well as the organizers. So for your convenience, do not delete any files until next 1 or 2 months. Yeah, if you have any query, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, SS, you have raised your hand.
Hi again, sir. I have a query for the presentation. It says here that we should, the session duration minimum 5 minutes and maximum 45 minutes. Is that for the presentation that the PPT presentation, or?
It is for the PPT presentation because, for the, it is also applicable for the chief guest and also keynote speakers or panel discussion speakers. For them, generally it is, more time is given to them.
Okay.
So for them, if they want more time, say suppose if they want 20 minutes, 25 minutes, or if there are some workshops, there are also workshops being invited. If there are any workshops also for them, this provision is there. But generally for paper presentation, unless and until you have a very good research and, good time is required, you can, that's why we are asking for your presentation. So if it is really worth that time, definitely we will allot you. Otherwise, generally it is 10 minutes for each presentation. It will be
Right.
somewhere in between 5 to 10 minutes.
Would it be possible to share a sample of a presentation so we can get an idea how it is and what?
As of now, we have shared in the instructions itself. So you can have around, 10 to 15 slides, or even you can have slides. Like you can have first slide with your title, conference title, date, and along with your credentials. And second slide, you can have your acknowledgement or gratitude to the platform organizers and also to your supervisor and all those things. And third slide, you can have introduction about your topic. And then fourth slide, you can have the hypothesis. And fifth slide, rationale of selecting. And on sixth slide, you can have different variables and the research methodology or the tools used in the research, and then sample population or universe, which are based on your discipline. And then you can have the data, summarized data in the form of tables or graphs. Pictorial representation is always recommended because text, it will be too much and we will not be able to see. Instead, you can use pictorial representation through tables, or preferably some graphs. You can use bar charts, pie charts. And then you can also, on the next slide, you can use the statistical analysis, then data analysis and interpretation, and you can conclude with the limitations, if any, and further research, scope of research. And then finally you can conclude with your summary. So again, if you want, you can have this slide of gratitude. And final last slide would be, thank you slide, and inviting any queries from the audience participants.
Okay, got it. Is there an space restriction, as in like how many MB or anything for the PPT, or no?
Because that file will be in your Google Drive.
Right.
So there wouldn't be much restriction, but
right,
try to make as less as possible.
Got it.
Don't try to put huge photographs and videos into that. Even if you have to put also, make sure you are reducing the size of that without compromising on the quality. There are various tools available on the internet. You can use them to reduce. Instead of directly placing, you can use a link.
Link, yeah.
So that would help you to, for you also, just in case of presentation also. So that would be better option. And you can use, you know, what people do generally, not everyone is so well acquainted with the PowerPoint. On each slide, you can use Slide Master slide to put all your graphics onto the slide instead of putting each, might be you want something to be included on each slide. So what generally we have seen, especially with the huge size PPT files, on every slide they copy and paste the image. So that will accumulate more space. Instead of that, in the PPT itself, those who are not familiar, there is a option of Slide Master. So if you want to put your logo or, organization logo or something that is required on every slide, you can use that, like page numbers, page or slide 1 of 10 or something like that. You can use this option in PPT so that it will reduce the size of overall PPT. And even after making the final PPT, final draft, there is an option to, reduce the overall size of PPT. That also can be done. And make sure that even before sending, you verify, whether the qualities are good or not. You cross-check the presentation by presenting it on your system so that, it is readable. And also use appropriate themes and colors. Always light background, light color background, and dark colored fonts. And make sure you are using default fonts which are available in the system, like Arial, Times New Roman, or Calibri, or any standard font, so that at the time of presentation you don't you open up and you are surprised to see some junk values there.
Right. The popular fonts we have to use.
So because generally the fonts provided by the operating system are available on all the systems, so that will be easy for you. And make sure you don't use any fancy fonts. Especially girls are very good. They want to make it very attractive. Don't take it another way. Sometimes, they use these calligraphy fonts. So again, that will cause, issues with presentation. And again...
I'll stick around with the usual basic fonts that are available, which are readable on the presentation.
So that would help us, everyone. And don't put animations also. Sometimes, and there is also one practice that especially commonly students do. For every line, they keep some animation. And while presenting, they keep struggling because suddenly they want to display something. In that anxiety or stress, they forget to press that button, next button. And again, they will be worrying why that next, the entire slide doesn't come. Because this generally happens, because for each line or each para, if you put some action or animation, again, you will face, because those who are used to it, they will be, fine. Otherwise, while you are presenting, if you have any stress or anxiety, you might again, that will build up more anxiety, more stress. So instead, try to avoid any such animations within the slide. You can use one slide at once to display all the contents of the slide, unless and until, you are very familiar with the presentation.
Right, sir. I'll keep in mind the guidelines that you have shared.
So anything else?
Is
So-
it okay to, sorry, is it okay to email or message you with any questions that I have later, just in case?
Yeah, almost all the details have been mentioned on the website.
Right.
So you can always go through it. And if you still have any specific information which is not mentioned on the website, you're always welcome to contact us. We'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
So anyone else have any queries? Okay, so assuming there are no further queries, so we shall conclude. And as usual, we are having international webinar series, which is being organized daily at 6 o'clock every day. So you can join it. Today also we have. So for those who are newly registered for this conference, are new to programs being organized by the collaborating organizations for them. If you want to join, you can join our daily webinar series, which is being organized, and you can join with the same link at 6 o'clock every day. So every day certificates are generated and issued, which can be downloaded from the website. So with this, we shall conclude today's session and see you all today evening at 6 o'clock. And we wish you all the success for your presentations, participation. And also share this information with everyone. We also have been circulating. And for spot registration till 15th midnight, we will have regular registrations. And just in case, if anyone wants to register after last date, they can use the same forms, but they have to inform us well in advance and be in coordination with us so that we can help them to present. Participation registration form will be open, but there will be some additional instructions for them. So you can always be in contact with us. So with this, we shall conclude. And there will be also a certificate for this pre-conference sessions also, which will be issued after conference. At the same time, after conference, all the certificates will have the cumulative data of all the attendance of all the days. And then accordingly, we will be issuing for each day. So you have to wait for all the certificates to be issued till the completion of conference. And hope all are familiar with this feedback process. Now you can see a feedback form will be raised in the form of polls, which will be raised even in the conference also. So you can use the similar process to provide feedback. So we request everyone to fill the feedback form, which is raised in the form of polls. If you still have queries, you can keep asking while you are filling the feedback form. Similarly, feedback form will be taken within the Zoom platform after each session or each presentation, whichever is applicable at that time. And finally, there will be a feedback form which will be taken up through Google Forms after the conference. That is after the valedictory of the conference. That will be available on a website. You need not worry. So you can fill that form. Both are mandatory. These individual session forms, This will help you to keep track of your participation on a daily basis. That will help you for overall conference. So you can quickly fill up the feedback form for this pre-conference session. After the conference, you can download your certificate from your email, or if you have any difficulty finding your certificate, you can also download your certificates from the conference website. Make sure you are filling up all the details and providing email address correctly. Most of the times, because of incorrect email address, the certificates are not delivered to your email ID. And make sure you add conference email address in your contacts so that it is not delivered to bulk email or spam or any other inboxes where you have difficulty in finding the email. Because we'll be emailing to large number of participants at the same time. So there is probability of marking this email service providers as spam or bulk. So we request you to kindly check in that also. To avoid that, you can add our conference email ID to your contacts so that it will not mark as spam or bulk message. Also, you can join our conference Facebook group, WhatsApp group, or Google group also. There also we'll be sharing all the details. And do not forget to subscribe to Google Calendar. It will also notify you every day. All the links for all these groups, calendars are available on the website. You can subscribe to them. So see you all in the conference. And those who are attending evening sessions, see you all at 6 o'clock with the same joining link. And take care. Have a great day.